Thank you guys so much.
This is Butters BB again. Thank you everyone for your continued donations. Thank you very much Anonymous for your $125 donation. Stay determined and let's reach that 2 million mark. Hypes and dreams. Thank you very much Anonymous for the $500 donation. Less cancer, more hugs. Thank you very much Unknown Anime for the $5,125 donation. No comment, but I mean $5,125, that's really good. Thank you very much Morpheus160 for the $2,999 donation, also very good. Thank you very much Kai Tai for the $10 donation. I'm so happy for this Undertale run, I'm vibrating. Good luck to the runner. Thank you very much Ikotsu for the $125 donation. Toby did it, can't not donate for Beppis. And he's of course referring to the name for the fallen human in Undertale. Right now, Wubby is in the lead at $25,090.02. Followed by Tammy at $19,174.33, and Beppis at $18,447.14. And just as a reminder, Toby Fox himself donated $10,000 for Beppis. For now though, we're going to take a short ad break. Well, it's been fun. The Undertale run is going to be fantastic, but I'm going to be switching out for Ito Bean to finish out the show. This is Butters BB. Thank you very much, everyone, and keep on donating.
Hello everyone, this is Edo Bean here for Awesome Games Done Quick 2017. I'm gonna go ahead and read a couple donations as we're about to get ready very soon. We got a $100 donation from a Zymo Stack that says, "Wait, I, Demi, them help pay for Cancer Foundation." Signal Error donates up $15 saying Toby Fox himself wanted Bethis. How can we not obey? Thank you for your anonymous $5 donation saying, "Let's get to 2 million." Got a $125 donation from Devo757 saying, "Let's kill cancer." The Vanished Man donates $150 saying, "Amazing as usual. Thanks for all the entertainment. Keep up the good work." Got an anonymous $20 saying, "2 million hype." Once again, guys, just as a reminder, all those lovely prizes that you can get when you donate. $125 if you want to try to get that Bandai Namco Dark Souls 3 prize pack. $50 if you want to get that Fangamer Undertale prize pack. $10 for a lovely flower plushie made by the lovely Eyes Spy. We have an Undertale Handmade Sans plush, that's for $15. We also have the Undertale Metaton Perler for $10. The Undertale Perler pack, which is $10. The scarf set also for $10. And then once again, our lovely prize of a PS4 Pro and the VR bundle with 10 games. Just donate $75. And as you just saw right now, Yeti posted their video letting you know if you donate at least $50, you will get yourself a limited AGDQ 2017 pin. know about you guys, but I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. Two. We're almost there, guys. We got it. Come on. One. We did it. 2 million.
Mike's not on. What? Is your mic not on? I don't know. Again? Yes. Yeah, go. Take two. Go. Thank you, everyone, for raising over $2 million this AGDQ. You all are so generous for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And now we have also hit over $10 million amongst all the GDQs over these 7 years. Thank you, everyone. Keep it up. Get your PogChamps ready, because now it's time for Undertale.
Just as like a reminder, you guys, because I know there is an incentive going on for Undertale of how to handle the final boss. But unfortunately, our tracker is just so broken. So keep donating for that incentive. Keep it going, guys. Right now, you guys are your donations. You guys are killing it right now. Thank you. Thank you. Alright guys, I just wanted to give you guys an update as to why we haven't started yet. We're still trying to get the incentive because we have a name, but unfortunately because our tracker is kind of broken right now, we can't actually get the answer that we need of who he needs to name. So I apologize about that wait, but we're trying to get this fixed as fast as possible. Thank you for being patient. Alright, so we finally got it for you guys. We're gonna be naming our fallen human, Wubby. Alright, I guess it's time. It's time for some Undertale. Take it away.
All right, we good to go? Good to go? All right. Okay. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? I'm TGH, and this is Undertale's True Pacifist Ending. Okay, so this run is based on. So in order to get a true pacifist ending, you have to get a neutral ending first, because the rules of the speedrun state that you must true reset before every speedrun. So basically what that means is that you have to actually open up your app data files and go ahead and delete all your save data, which is really interesting. But that's just to make it fair for all the runners. So that being said, we will get a neutral ending before we get true pacifist ending. That's just the way the run is. So this run revolves around the acquisition of a certain item that we get in Waterfall. This item's called the Punch card. I'll explain more about that when we get there. Basically, once we get there, it's just beelining through most of the game in order to get to that one item. And then once we get to that one item, we will exploit the game in pretty beautiful ways. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty intense menuing at the start here. But basically, the ruins contains most of the run's RNG, and you think, Undertale's an RPG, right? So it's pretty atypical, honestly. Undertale Speedrun is pretty atypical of a RPG speedrun. There's not much RNG at all in this game, in this run, rather. But in the ruins, there definitely is a little bit of swag here. Shout out to GD Tog who found this strat. It's the most important strat in the run. Just enjoy the dancing.
So as you can see here, he's going through the text really quickly, and how he's doing that is he's rhythmically pressing 4 buttons on the keyboard, Enter, X, Z, and Shift in a specific order. And if you do it quickly, you can skip through text very, very fast.
So I got pretty bad RNG in that first room. It's generally a better chance of not getting encountered in that room, but at least it was a Whimsun. Whimsuns are instant spares. Froggets are not. So if you do get encounter, you want to get Whimsun.
Yeah, some of the encounters in this game appear at scripted locations, and others are slightly random, since random encounters in this game work off a step counter, and the step counter is never fully static. Like, there's a little bit of variance in where you'll get some encounters in this game.
So good RNG there as well. I got a Moldsmal encounter, which you can also instantly spare. Any other encounter that you can't spare. So here's Napstablook. He's a sad ghost, so we're going to cheer him up a few times. All right, so this last one I'm going to be a little bit careful with because if you don't cheer him here, you lose about 3 minutes. All right, there we go. Okay.
It's really a good song.
It really is. Okay, so basically, yeah, the rest of the runes is just beelining through it until we get tutorial. We'll explain the tutorial about it when we get there.
Yeah. So on the importance of text mashing, we actually have an objective way to track the quality of our text mashing. In the speedruns, we use a tool called KPS, or keys per second, which was developed by Jade Vanadium. Shout outs to her for that. So KPS, as they say, stands for keys per second, so we can use it to pull our inputs per second, and it also tracks our text boxes per second, which is how many text boxes per second we are progressing in the game. Good runners typically pull between, I'd say, 8 to 10 text boxes per second. You can get above 10 text boxes, but it's very difficult to consistently pull more than that.
All right, what do you guys want to explain the tutorial fight real quick before we get there?
All right. So when we get to fighting Toriel, there's actually some RNG involved, quite a bit of it. It's a good portion of the ruins RNG, and she gives you a few different types of attacks, and one of them involves a hand going across the screen, and you actually want to hit that hand because it ends the attack sooner, and the more of that type of attack you get, the sooner you can end the fight. And so you want to get up to 6 or 5 hands, which would be considered a perfect Toriel fight.
Yeah. We start this game at level 1 with a max HP of 20, and each hit from Toriel deals, I believe, 3 HP of damage.
Yes.
So yeah, we can get up to 6 hits. We get knocked down to 4 HP, and then her hits deal 1 HP of damage, so we get down to 3 HP. Once we're down to 3 HP, any final attack that we land into will be immediately cancelled.
Sometimes she can be really uncooperative. It's about 1 in 3 chance to get a hand on any given attack. So she's being unkind so far. There we go.
There's one.
4 damage.
There we go. There we go. Hey!
Nice! Excellent.
So that was pretty optimal. 5 hands and a cancel is really good there. That's like, that's pretty much as good as you can get. I could have been a little more optimal on the last attack, but that's fine. That was pretty good ruins. And the ruins is basically done now, so long as you keep sparing Toriel.
One thing to note is that it is actually possible to die against Toriel, though it's pretty difficult to do so. If you're following the run strats, you virtually can't die against Toriel, though it is possible if you go for it.
I just want to give you guys a reminder, we did open up the incentive for the genocide boss of to kill or spare. So if you want to get those donations in, I suggest you do so now. Also, I got a blank donation from the general. It's $5,000.
Wow. $7 minutes flat. Not bad. Thank you for the $5,000 donation, by the way. That's really nice. Thank you so much. Very generous. We have time for more
Absolutely.
donations as well, if there are any.
No problem.
Which I believe there are, I think.
Yes, there are. Luckily, my tracker is not dead. Luckily, I have a $2,048 donation from Heart Machine. Saying thank you everyone who puts such immense efforts into these incredible GDQ events each year. It means so much to me as someone who loves games and who has lost too many family members to cancer. Let's help prevent this disease with kindness, support, and video games.
Shout out to Toby Fox, by the way, for making an amazing game. Seriously, thank you so much. Okay, so you'll notice something about this run. This run is going to get progressively glitchier as we go until it hits waterfall, and then it's just going to be all downhill from there. It's going to snowball, and it's going to be just glitchier and glitchier. This run's pretty cool once you get into it. The first 22 minutes can be a little bit relatively dry, but then after that, it's a really nice speed run. So one interesting thing about me as a runner, I am probably one of the only people in the Undertale Speedrun community who use a keyboard and controller, this one in conjunction with one another. It's just because like controller for me is slightly more optimal for certain things, and keyboard is more optimal for others. For instance, if I have to mash directly before or after I have to move, I will use keyboard, but if I don't, like right now, I'm using controller to mash because I'm slightly faster. That lamp is pretty convenient, isn't it? All right, a little bit of inventory management at this box. Yep, go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So he just equipped the tough glove. He equipped the tough glove because that puts the stick into your inventory, and it saves time because you can use that stick on some of the dog bosses and make the fights faster.
I also deposited the pie in first, and then took the and then I took the glove and the pie out, so that the stick is actually first in my inventory for items, so I can just very quickly menu over to stick.
Yeah, this is important because the pie is a one-time consumable, and we actually need to save it for the whole run.
Yep.
So using it early is a big mistake.
Yeah, you don't want to accidentally eat the pie. It's a delicious way to end a run.
All right, let's see if we can get this puzzle first try.
Yeah, this is like one of the most difficult parts of the run.
Absolutely. I honestly don't know if he's going to get it first try.
Right.
We're just going to have to see.
Yeah, he doesn't really telegraph any sort of path or anything, so you need to be really careful here.
All right, here we go.
You need to memorize the path.
Nice.
All right, we got it. Nice.
Very, very nice.
TGH, you legend.
This is pretty brutal as well.
Yeah, this is.
The crossword puzzle. Nice.
Oh.
Yes. In all seriousness, there is some actual tech coming up, some speed tech. Okay, so just like we did on Doggo, we're going to use the stick here on the dog marriage. Yes, you heard that correctly, dog marriage. And they're blowing kisses at me, basically. Okay, and done. Nice. Oops. Forgot to hit the switch. So a lot of people don't know that there's actually a switch in that tree that you can use to solve this puzzle. There we go.
We promise there's an actual hard puzzle coming up.
Yes.
It's not this one.
Yeah, just tell him you don't understand the puzzle and you don't have to do it.
Even though we understand this puzzle perfectly, we're just gonna like pretend we don't, and he just kind of storms off. See ya.
We'll see him soon.
That saves about 20 seconds. All right, so coming up is actual tech. This is called Ice Puzzle Skip. We're gonna try to glitch across the hole at the end of this by standing on the pixel perfect position on the top right tile, and then pressing down and right on the same frame. Hopefully I get this. Sometimes it just doesn't work. All right, we got it.
Nice. That is actually quite hard. One problem that this game generally has is that it can drop inputs quite easily. I believe we've used slowdown with input view to see what's going on, and visually it looks like sometimes you are pressing down and right on the same frame, but the game just drops one of the inputs, so you still don't get the trick even if you do perform it correctly.
Yeah, it can be tricky.
Here's another good use of the stick.
So we got bad RNG there. He could give us one of two attacks there. That one is the slower one. The other one, the dog lies on the ground and barks at you. If you run into it, it cancels the attack in pretty much the same fashion that Toriel cancels her attack when you run into her hand. My absolute favorite is the dog in the right corner. Okay. All right, entering Snowden. So the Papyrus fight can actually be pretty difficult. I'm actually not too confident in my ability to beat him, so we'll see what happens.
Well, best of luck to you.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Thanks, dude.
Just want to let you know, Elazar Ginsberg donates $1,000.
Nice.
You got this.
They say congrats to everyone on reaching the 2 million mark. We're making sure cancer is going to have a bad time.
One day, I'll win this fight.
All right. This fight.
Dang.
You'll get it next time.
Yeah, Papyrus is brutal. Like, not even a speedrunner can beat him. All right, so that's fine. That's fine. We'll try it again. We lost maybe 30 seconds. All right, take two. One day I'll get good.
It happens.
I'm trying.
Man, you're doing really bad at this.
I know, okay? I know.
Didn't you practice this?
Shut up. Third time's a charm, yes, hopefully. Probably not.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
I can do it. It's okay, it's okay, it's all right, it's okay. It's all right, we got him. We got him the fourth time. Fourth time's a charm, that's the saying, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 is my lucky number.
I think you're gonna need a change in strats this time, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, different strategy. All right, I'm going into this one with a different strategy. Let's do this. All right, fight over. Okay, so it's actually a minute and a half faster. It's a minute and a half faster to die or get captured by Papyrus 3 times and then skip his fight. Because his fight is just that long. It just drags on and on and on. So we're going to go back and date him now. Or hang out with him.
Well, that
whatever.
escalated quickly.
It might as well be a date. Okay, so Papyrus's hangout is just basically mashing. Except at the end, when there is one tricky little menu you can do to save 4 seconds, it kind of sneaks up on you. But we'll see if we can get it later. It's not coming up until...
As you can see, that's very complex, that section.
Yes. I think it's going well.
You're winning, dude.
Okay, so what I did there was I actually refused Papyrus' spaghetti, as delicious as it is. I don't think I'm going to eat it because it saves 4 seconds to not eat it. Basically, it throws you some unskippable text if you don't press no there. That's the hardest thing about the date. And we're out of there.
All right, so that is Snowden, and we're now moving into Waterfall, where game is going to take a little bit of a turn.
Yes. Got time for a few more donations if
No problem.
if anybody else has donated.
All right. You know, I got a $15 donation from Talwin saying it's a tradition in chat to get Teej's opinion on a very important issue. So, Teej, what is your opinion on brackets? Do you like square or curly brackets?
Oh, my
Open
goodness.
or closed brackets? Teej, you have a duty to answer. A duty, 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 duty. And if this gets read on air, I'll get another $15 towards the final boss decision of Teej's choice.
That's an inside joke between me and the people in my chat. People love to spam text-to-speech in my stream. It's great. Sometimes. Shout out to Talwin. Thanks, Talwin.
We got a $50 donation from Abutu.
Yo.
Saying, hey Teej, Abutu here. I know that Napstablook is your favorite character, but didn't he try to kill you earlier? What a jerk. I think you should instead choose Sans as your favorite because unlike Blookie, he has no bone to pick with you. Maybe.
All right, there's bad pun number 1.
This $50 donation is going to sparing the genocide boss because he does not deserve to die. Good luck with your run from all your mods and subscribers.
Thanks, Abutu. Shout out to Abutu. These can be a little tricky, these flowers, but we're fine. Like, it's really easy to just like turn around and throw a flower in the wrong direction, which would lose you about 10 seconds-ish. Okay, so after Undyne Spears 1, we're going to get an item called the punch card, which I explained earlier. So I might as well go ahead and start trying to explain it now, keyword trying. Okay, so basically what the punch card does is it manipulates, long story short, it resets your interact value. Interact value being the piece of code in the game that determines whether or not you can actually move. So basically right now, my interact value is 1, now it's 0. Okay, so when it's 1, you can't move, you're in a cutscene, the game sees it as being in a cutscene, whatever. So if it's 0, you can move around freely like I am right now. What the punch card is going to do for us is it's going to fool the game into thinking that we can move when we actually can't. And what makes the punch card unique is that there's a 1-frame gap in between the use button, or when you press use, and when the punch card actually appears on screen. You can use that frame to do a lot of different things. For instance, let a cutscene start. So you have, so what you do is you pause and move into a cutscene trigger at the same time, which you can do. And then the menu precedes the cutscene. You use the punch card and use the 1-frame gap to start the cutscene. You get rid of the punch card, and then the game thinks you can move again, so you can move straight through the cutscene. All of these skips I'm about to do with punch card are either pixel or frame perfect. And we're about to get it in 3 screens from now.
It sounds intimidating, but in practice, it's a little easier than it sounds because we talk about moving into a cutscene and opening the menu on the same frame. That's more practical than it sounds because you can move a pixel and open a menu on the same frame, and as long as the menu is open, the cutscene won't play. So if you're on the trigger, then as long as the menu is open, you have as much time as you want to move to the punch card and use it.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do here is a little bit complicated. Whoops. Okay, so what I did there was I used the text from the box. I used that one frame gap to interact with the text, interact with the box to get text on the screen. So that's text storage, basically. And then we used that, Rambu will explain this later. We used that text box to wrong warp by manipulating our interact value as we were transitioning. So who here likes onion sand? Sorry, we're not going to see him.
All right, allow me to explain wrong warping. So basically, whenever you enter a room transition, your interact value gets set to 3, which means that you are transitioning into a room. However, you can use the one frame from the punch card to enter the room with the punch card up. So you will set your interact value to 1, which means you can't move. But if you mash away the punch card right before you fully enter the room, you can set it back to 0, meaning that you will be able to move after wrong warping into the move. But if you don't mash away the punch card fast enough, you will soft lock, meaning you won't be able to move.
So one time.
Basically, welcome to Undertale Speedrunning.
You can hold up and down here on this screen to move at twice the speed. That happens in another time later in the game. Just want to try and, there we go. So you aren't supposed to be able to leave the screen there, but because I interacted with Monster Kid on that one frame gap and closed the punch card, it allowed me to move freely again. All right, so we're going to try to skip this here. There we go.
Nice, very good. That's what we mean about moving onto the pixel of a cutscene trigger and then opening the menu on the same frame. As long as the menu is open, the cutscene doesn't actually play. So then as long as you're on the right pixel, you simply move to the punch card, use it, and the punch card re-enables your movement once the cutscene starts playing. That's what's going on in every single PCA you see in the game.
So this part right here, I'm actually, I'm manipulating this where the spears actually appear. So I'm holding in a certain direction up against walls, up against collision. So the game doesn't look at where, I'm basically manipulating the AI is what I'm doing. The game doesn't look at where Frisk is traveling. It looks at where Frisk is actually, I'm sorry, it looks at my button inputs actually. It looks at my arrow keys instead of where he's actually traveling.
Shoutouts do need to be given to Rambu on the couch as well, because he was the one who jointly discovered the PC exploit with Valnar, I believe it was.
Yes.
So it's probably the single biggest discovery that's been made in Undertale speedrunning. It completely revolutionized the way this game is run.
Leoro Fox donates $300 saying, "You're doing great, Tej. I'm primed and ready for the owl spam. Here's to hugging the pacifist boss and letting the genocide boss sleep. Rock on, Tej, and rock on AGDQ."
Yo, thank you, dude.
Hey.
Amen.
Amen.
Walking on water.
Okay, so coming up is a Mad Dummy fight, and I'm going to do a little bit of damage manipulation on Mad Dummy. You're going to see me take damage on the first attack. That is not accidental. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm blocking a cotton ball from actually hitting Mad Dummy in order to manipulate his attack patterns. So if I hit him with one more cotton ball than I do here, he's going to advance his attack patterns and make it really hard for me to get 5 cycle, which is optimal on Mad Dummy for the first phase. So you take damage there.
Yeah, sadly this fight is not skippable with PCE because even if you try to PCE on the pixel trigger for the fight, there's actually an invisible wall in the way that stops you from progressing to the next screen.
Okay, so far so good. Ooh, good RNG. So where the dummies appear is actually RNG. And I got a pretty good one there. All right, so if we get 5 cycle, this will end it. There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And the second phase actually doesn't matter. You don't even have to hit him with the missiles at all. Oops.
So it's
You can
actually
just do whatever
possible
you
to
want here.
die in this fight as well. TG's fine because he's currently got 9 HP, which means he can survive 2 attacks. If you take damage in, say, one of the spear sections from before, it's possible to end up on this attack coming up, the next attack, with only, say, 5 or 4 HP remaining, which is really bad because that's 1 hit from death, and the final attack is very random, and you can easily take a hit from getting a pattern that's just not really possible to dodge. That one was fine.
By the way, if I could make a time to request that the game volume be turned slightly down on the audio, the headphones, just a little bit.
Nice.
Avoided it.
We have a $10 donation from 7up Pony.
That's good.
Saying, hey dude, you have a whole TGH family behind you on this. You're gonna do great. We're so proud of you. Now go date that skeleton and hug that goat.
Shout out to 7up. Thanks, man. All right, that's the dummy fight. Oh no.
We have a $25 donation from Evie Spirit
Yo.
saying, opening curly brat. Gotcha there, didn't you? Good luck, TGH, on the run. We're all rooting for you. It's so much fun hanging out with you. Do the wing whap, but don't get the soft flag. Don't you dare hug the goat. Greetings from my basement.
Shout out to Evie Spirit. Thank you very much.
Did we explain what's actually happening when a wrong warp occurs there?
I'm sorry?
Did we actually explain what's happening when a wrong warp occurs? I mean, I think we explained the code behind it, but not really what's actually occurring when a wrong warp happens.
Oh, I forgot. So, like, when your interact value is set to 0 or 1, basically when it's set to 3, it knows that you are transitioning into a room. But when it's set to 0 or 1, it doesn't know you're transitioning, so it gets confused. And instead, it just puts you in the default spawn position in the room.
Yeah, which is very practical in some rooms because the default spawn position for some rooms can sometimes be very far off the spot where you normally enter the room. Some rooms in the game are also very large, so you cross huge gaps while you do that. Though, again, every single wrong warp that's attempted is a potential soft lock if it's not executed correctly.
Okay, so speaking of wrong warps, I'm about to attempt what is quite possibly or probably, definitely, the hardest trick in this run. We call it one-dine affectionately, excuse me. What we do is, ordinarily in a casual run, you're supposed to fight her either 3 or 4 times. We're gonna do it in 1 cycle by doing 2 very quick PCEs in a well-timed wrong warp. Okay. So if I could get a little bit of silence here.
Good luck. This is not an easy trick, so good luck.
Yeah.
Got it.
Nice. Oh, wow. So there is a lot going on there. A lot more than it looks like. That is really good.
That was a pretty quick one too. That was actually like one of my best probably. So I'm challenging Undyne here. Whoops, not that one. Don't pay attention to that one. Challenging Undyne here in order to make her spears fly faster at me.
The spot that we actually fight Undyne in also matters as well because we stopped momentarily underneath the Welcome to Hotland sign. The position that we do that in makes it so that we cut an extra cycle off the fight because once Papyrus calls us, once we start moving again here, it stops Undyne early and we're able to outrun her to the end of the screen. Like so.
Okay. Saving's hard.
Fangamer donates $1,000.
There we go.
Saying, let Sans sleep. Anime is real. What is Beppis may never die.
You'll notice as well that we didn't actually water Undyne there. We didn't just ruin the true pacifist ending. Normally, you would need to water Undyne so that she doesn't get heat stroke and you can befriend her later. The flag for that isn't actually set until she falls on screen. So since we exited the screen before she falls down, that flag is never set and you don't need to water her.
So Hotland is really neat to watch. There we go. You can use PCE. PCE stands for punch card exploit, by the way. I'm getting a lot of interference on the mic, by the way. I don't know what that is. Okay, so you can use punch card exploit in order to launch yourself out of bounds on these events. A little bit of optimization there. You can skip Alps's phone call that way. These lasers are really strange. They have really huge, weird hitboxes.
Yeah, the blue lasers need to be stood still in, and the orange lasers need to be moved through. And that holds true for attacks in combat as well.
All right, so we call this east-west skip. When you launch yourself off one of these vents, you lose collisions in the air. Whoops, that wasn't it.
All right.
Wait for it to come around, and there we go.
This is a major trick
All right,
coming up.
so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to explain it. Whoops,
Oh.
Okay, we're fine.
You still got it.
We're good. We're good.
Wow.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
I was not expecting you to still get that there.
Okay, so what I did was I stored text on the northern wall there, and gotcha. I stored text on the northern wall, and then opened and closed the punch card before that text actually finished scrolling. And what that allowed me to do, or what that did, was it put my my interact value at just the right point where it allowed me to skip both cutscenes with basically one walkthrough. So you're probably wondering why I'm coming back to this room, by the way. It's actually because I didn't have my menu before. So because I skipped the cutscene but didn't actually, oops, I went to right floor one. Because I skipped the cutscene but didn't actually go through with the cutscene or finish the cutscene, it didn't give me back my menu. So I didn't hit the flag to get my menu back. So you have to go back down to that floor and that room, which actually gives you a menu back, because it's supposed to after Undyne.
Yeah, this happens a grand total of 3 times throughout the run every time you have a Metaton scene.
I'd like to issue a volume warning, by the way.
You're supposed to give that warning after the trick, man.
That's, sorry. That saves 1 second.
With safety save.
Yeah, safety save here, because the next 2 PCs here are extremely important.
Okay. So this is Royal Guard skip, and we're going to follow that up with new skip. And I'm going to try a really risky trick because I saved. Come on, there we go.
All right.
All right. So this saves 1 second if I get it right, but if I don't do it right, I soft lock, so we'll see. Got it.
Nice.
Okay. Shoutouts to Magler5000 for finding that. When in doubt, Magler found it.
So once again, we need to now exit Hotland to re-enable our menu. Basically, every time you skip a scene with Metaton, the menu is disabled until you exit Hotland and re-enable it.
And these wrong ups are just for oops, optimization. Okay, so coming up is something called north-south skip. I'm going to use the vents again, or use PCE again. I don't know if I mentioned PCE stands for punch card exploit. I'm going to use PCE once again to launch myself out of bounds with, whoops, that wasn't it. Nope, please go away, punch card. There we go. There we
This is
go.
a very
Very nice.
trick.
That allows us to skip both those puzzles.
You have to close the punch cart just early enough for you to be holding right long enough when you have control in order to go far enough out of bounds.
Yep. I'm really sorry for this, by the way. We're skipping Muffet.
Yeah, deep apologies.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry.
It's faster.
And I also need to apologize in advance. Oops, because we're also going to skip this.
Accept your apology, but I don't like it.
Okay, so Drake, you want to explain why I'm coming up here and then going back?
Yeah, sure. So now that we've skipped another Metaton cutscene, again, the menu is disabled, so we need to exit Hotland to re-enable it. But we first need to come up here to trigger that cutscene, because until that cutscene is triggered, the game doesn't know that we can use the elevator to reach right floor 3, which is where we're going to now to go down to the beginning of Hotland. So if we didn't trigger that cutscene and went down and exited Hotland, when we came back, we wouldn't be able to come back up to this floor. We'd only be able to go to left 3, which is quite a ways away.
So we're going to be making our last trip down to the water cooler room to get our menu back.
Whoops. Okay. There we go.
And that is that.
So it's funny, I just want to shout out to the fact that the punch card was probably added as an afterthought by Toby Fox in the game as like more or less a joke item, as you can probably tell. And we use that item to pretty much break the game.
Uranium Anchor donates $1,000. Uranium Acre here. As yet another GDQ draws to a close, I just want to say I am continually in awe of the things we're able to accomplish with these events. When I woke up this morning, we were just under $1 million, and to see that more than double brings me more joy than I can describe. Thanks again to everybody who makes these events possible, from the cable wranglers to the donation processors to the huge amount of support staff, the hotel. Let's not forget the audience members who can't stop themselves from memeing it up for the camera. One last thanks to all the donators who made the tracker belch smoke like an old diesel. Never forget that we can do amazing things when we work together. Good luck to TGH on the rest of this run, and I'm already looking forward to SGDQ 2017. Game on.
Thank you very much, UA.
Thank you very much. Okay, so there we go. So that's the only time we see Metaton the entire run, and we just walk straight through him. There we go. So there's an extra little skip you can do here in neutral, which is basically our any % run. But if you pass this, we can't, because this cutscene is actually what places a flag in order to, or sets a flag that actually counts Metaton as spared, and it would really complicate things if we actually tried to backtrack without, or we're after doing that skip. I don't even think this is it. It was. Okay, never mind.
So long elevator is no longer so long.
On my splits, I just have long elevator with quotations around it.
Easy Music donates $10, saying, hey all, this has to be one of my favorite AGDQs in a long time. Not only have we reached $2 million in donations, but we also get to have one of my favorite games get its chance at the event. It's been amazing to see the skills and talent shown this year's AGDQ, all for a good cause. One of my good friends recently won her battle to breast cancer thanks to early detection. Let's hope these donations can help save other lives too. Also hoping to see TGA's try to go for a Tazgore in this run. PogChamp.
Yeah, that might happen.
So what he just did there was he used a text storage on that key, and he used that text to cancel out the encounter he was getting from that encounter. So he went into the door, went back out, and the encounter was completely gone. So we just skipped one encounter out of the entire story, the story segment here.
And that skip was found by Magler 5000 again.
Shoutouts to Magler.
There's an extra skip which we'll see here involving a wrong warp if we can get this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this wrong warp can be really tricky because there's literally no visual cue for it besides just the distance between where Frisk is and the edge of the screen. So it can be pretty tricky to find. Got
Nice.
it.
Very nice.
Okay. So we just wrong warp past the Luke's encounter there. And the rest of this, we can basically just read donations because the rest of this is not that exciting. It's all story. Not that the story's not exciting, but...
No problem. We have a $5 donation from Free Muffin that says, "Hey, Teach, Muffin here. Just wanted to wish you good luck on the run and ask you a question. Do you want some dollar,
Oh my God.
dollar?
Shout out to Free Muffin. Thank you, Free Muffin.
We have a $10 donation from Bahab the Warrior saying, question, what instrument do skeletons play?
Oh, jeez.
A trombone.
I was going to ask if mayonnaise was an instrument.
We have a $125 donation from Your Name Here saying almost to 3 million. Let's get there.
I think we got time for about one more. Maybe two more.
All right, we have a $1,000 donation from Paul C. Says, first time donating, hopefully not the last. It's a great thing to see fellow gamers come together for this great cause. Thanks to all the runners, technicians, and organizers for their commitment to not only saving frames, but lives as well. Great week, guys. I also got a $50 donation from Anonymous that says, hey, Tej, it's good to see you finally here on the stage at AGDQ. After all this, it's still you. Oh, and dollar,
Oh my God.
do-dee. Let's kill the final boss.
Why did it have to be anonymous? Why couldn't they have...
They probably didn't want to get banned in your chat.
Probably, yeah, I would have banned them, probably. Okay, so coming up, actually, I'm going to be skipping Sans' Judgment with a regular PCE. And then I'm going to be doing something called Rambu Kombu, named after
This
our good
guy?
friend Rambu here on the couch. 1, 2, 3. That was really early. Whoops. Okay, that's fine though.
And final reminder again, every single wrong warp soft locks the game if not done correctly.
So every wrong warp he does has some risk to it.
All right, whatever. That's fine. So that's Rambu Kombu. Rambu Kombu refers to the series of 3 straight wrong warps that lead up to Asgore's lair. And it is much quicker than going through normally. When do you guys want to explain the Asgore
Should
fight?
I explain Asgore?
Yeah.
All right, so as you practice this fight more, eventually getting hit by him becomes the least of your concern. So what you're really trying to do is hit him as accurately as possible, and that's why we got the burnt pan earlier, is because it does really efficient damage for this. And also we can use the pie to reduce his attack and defense, and you want to get 4 frame perfect hits with the cursor when you hit the fight button, and if you get 1 frame off and you don't get a frame perfect on all 4 of them, that's a time loss. Like, you can lose a turn potentially.
Yeah,
So as you
like
can
that.
see, that was 3 perfect hits and 1 of them was off.
Yeah, getting all 4 frame perfect hits essentially doubles your damage output, and it's actually possible
That's
to
a
get.
frame
There we go.
perfect.
Yeah, it's entirely possible to get screwed out of perfect hits on this fight as well, because the way this game deals with lag, rather than slowing the game down, it actually just skips frames altogether. So say if the game decides that the frame that a perfect hit would be on is a lag frame, it just skips that frame altogether, and you can't land the perfect hit, which can be really irritating sometimes.
So we refer to all perfect hits on Asgore, affectionately, we refer to it as a task score, which one of the donations mentioned. That's dead now. It's very dead, but we can still get a decent Asgore. There's one.
That's two.
Ah.
Like, we don't see very much combat in the True Pacifist route because, you know, obviously we're not trying to kill things, but this being the only instance that we fight, it really shows that if you're trying for efficient damage output, you need to be extremely accurate with your cursor hits.
Once this fight is over, we're going to kill Asgore. But any killing that you do after that save we made in the Judgment Hall is undone. But the neutral flag for completing the neutral ending is still there.
That was a whiff right there. That wasn't good.
Yeah, whiffs aren't good.
There we go.
That's good.
Okay. So next hit should do it. Once it gets to 450 HP, the battle just ends. I'm not sure why, but that's what happens. So he's gone.
That was still a pretty good fight overall.
So we're actually going to kill Asgore. And some of you are probably wondering, like, doesn't that ruin True Pacifist? The answer is no, for a couple reasons. One is because Asgore dies anyway. Two is because after we fight Flowey, which, by the way, the Flowey fight is coming up. After we fight Flowey, we have to reload our save, and we reload the save from before we killed Asgore in the first place. So it actually doesn't matter. It's inconsequential. Okay, so I'm actually going to reload the game here because Flowey is going to forcibly close it. Okay, it's fine. Just make sure we can do it. So one thing about the Flowey fight is essentially an auto-scroller. It's a fight that's designed to look impossible, but in reality, it's not. It's actually one of the easiest fights in the game.
I have a $75 donation from Valnar saying, "Hi, TGH. It's so hyped to see you run Undertale at AGDQ. Good luck on the run, and I bet you can beat Papyrus this time. Hug the goat."
I'll never beat Papyrus. He's too hard. Valnar, thanks, man. Shoutouts.
Got a $200 donation from Glacia saying, "Good luck on the run, Teach. Thanks for building such a friendly community around running this game. And don't forget to save in Snowden." Donation goes to Hugging the Goat for 23 seconds.
Shoutouts to Glacia. Thank you.
I Am Joe Killer donates $125 saying, "Hey all, since most of my family has been affected by cancer in one way or another in the recent few years, I feel like I'm obligated to donate to such a great cause. My money is going towards not hugging the goat, of course, because it is a speed run after all. Good luck on your run, Teach, and have fun.
Thank you very much.
Don't soft lock." Don't forget, we're all here rooting for you. Also, open curly bracket, close curly bracket.
Thank you, Joe Killer. Do not be afraid. It's just a flower.
Has to be a no-hit or you reset.
Yeah, no-hit, totally. So, even though this is a quote-unquote easy fight, and it is really, as long as you don't tank every hit that comes your way, you'll notice that the fight is still very chaotic with lots of things flying around. People generally like to try no-hitting the fights in this game. This fight is almost impossible to no-hit. There's one person in particular who did a lot of number crunching on this fight and found that throughout the course of this fight, 96% of the random attack patterns this guy gives you are physically impossible to dodge. So if you're going for no hits, you are only going to get successful attempts 4% of the time, and then you actually still need to dodge all of those.
So on that soul phase, I knew exactly where the act button was going to come from. If the knives go down and left, the act button comes from the top left, and vice versa. If they go down right, they come from the top right.
You also cannot die during the soul phases, so you can take as much damage as you want.
So
while trying to hit the act
we
button.
typically exploit that to damage boost to get to the act button as fast as possible.
Basically, like, optimizing the Flowey fight, you really can't optimize the Flowey fight. You can just know where the act buttons appear and just hit them as soon as possible. That's really all the knowledge you need on Flowey, aside from maybe a basic knowledge of his attacks, just so you can avoid them slightly easier. But just to give a little bit of an idea as to how hard it is to actually die to Flowey. Like, most people die to Flowey on their first playthrough just because it's their first playthrough and the boss seems impossible, and people just, like, I don't know, they don't feel up to the task of fighting Flowey after seeing him. But it takes 14 hits to die at full health on one phase of Flowey. So that'll give you a little bit of an idea of how hard it is to actually die to him.
We have a $2,813.38 donation from chrono.gg. We're happy to have been a small part of such an incredible event. Thanks to all the runners, staff, and of course, the Twitch chat. The community coming together to kick cancer's butt is yet another reason we're proud to be part of the gaming industry.
We've got time for a few more donations if you'd like.
Well, the Yeti donated $10,000.
Whoa.
Saying, "Hoi, Yeti here. I know it's tradition to break our website, but you broke the tracker too. You are filled with determination. Much donation helped Tem get shirts. Thanks. Put the 10K towards kill the genocide boss, because it's fun to start from the beginning again." Hoi.
Wow, that's brutal. So the act button here will always come from the this row here, but either the right or the left, just completely depend on RNG. I just like to chill in the middle and basically just react. It's a safe strat.
Yes, Flowey is literally loading save states on us.
Flowey's task.
Got a $10 donation from I Hope Aliens Believe in Me, saying, "Hey Tej, aliens here. Second donation during your run, but probably not the last. My money goes to killing the genocide boss because I want to actually see the whole fight. Good luck."
Thank you very much, aliens.
So on the next soul phase, it's the final soul phase of the fight, the gun phase. Tej is going to use a quit and reload exploit because as this fight is progressing, the game is making its own save flags just in case you die, so you don't need to start from the start of the fight again. So once the bullets turn green from calling for help, we're going to quit and reload the game, and we enter the final phase of the Flowey fight, which in itself also has a bit of a stream tradition in Tej's stream, where as soon as the final phase starts and the combat starts, it is tradition in Tej's stream to spam "ow" as hard as possible. All the O's and W's you can manage. So I'd like to see what GDQ Twitch chat can do with that.
I would like to see that too, honestly.
I really wish I could see Twitch chat right now.
All right, here we go. So this is the last phase of Flowey. It's just basically survive, and you got it.
So go, guys.
I'm seeing all the owls in the chat right now.
This is what I'm talking about right here. I can't hear you.
Once he reaches 50%, I want to hear some urus.
You are you, Uru.
The chat is lagging so badly right now.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm seeing the Urus.
Ding. So that's the flyway fight.
Randy, game over. Oh, maybe not.
Teach, you're supposed to dodge that.
I can't even dodge Papyrus.
Yeah.
Yo. He did.
All right, I just want to let you guys know that we do have Everdread on Skype right now, who is one of the developers of this game.
So I'm Everdread. I made the graphics and rendered out animation for this fight. And
Go for it.
It's terrifying.
you have no idea how happy it makes me to hear these people, all you guys, enjoying this experience. It's touched me so much. And I like to think that I might have touched you guys in a special way, too.
In case you guys don't know, Everdread basically designed all the assets and animated that fight. So, yeah.
Yeah!
Oh yeah, we killed the flower.
And you did a great job at it, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is crazy. So, like, I love speedruns. Love them. And I like Undertale pretty well, too. Enough to at least help it out. And, you know, seeing how this is going, before this game came out, I really wanted to see it speedrun. And I said, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until the first big event so people can do a really impressive run. And what you've done has been so crazy, just unbelievable. I had no idea. And I'm going to be honest, I play tested this stuff. You know, not a whole lot, but I did play test this stuff. So it's like, darn.
We're sorry.
Don't be sorry. Play the games how you like. Enjoy these experiences. And don't let anyone tell you how you should or shouldn't play. That's my opinion. And, you know, I think it's a good one.
Oh,
We think it is too.
Squadala, we are off.
So on that menu right there, it can be really easy to actually boat to Snowden because that menu can sneak up on you. I was also doing a bunch of downward wrong warps. Downward wrong warps are really, they're not necessarily difficult. They're just difficult to do fast, because when you wrong warp downward, it makes it really easy to menu for the item in your menu that's not the punch card. That's below the punch card. As you saw, I think a few times I used the stick there instead of the punch card, so that was not optimal, to say the least. Okay, so now we're going to date Undyne. We're going to date Undyne and Alphys, and then we're going to head into True Lab. And with the others.
And out he goes.
Okay, so Nothing really much to this. It's kind of like the Papyrus battle, in the sense that it's just mashing basically, and with a few cues to do other things that aren't really that complicated. We have to choose the tea there. We can't choose hot chocolate, sorry. We have some time for donations if you'd like to.
We have a $150 donation from K. Cody B. saying, insert philosophical speech and a tons of bits here. First time donator, this run has been amazing. This money goes to sparing Sands. Let him get some rest for once. Can't wait to see you burn, Tej. TGH love.
Cody, thank you so much, man.
We have a $333 donation from Bubbly Oasis that says, AGDQ, keep donating and stay determined. The Fawner donates $5 saying, hey, TGH, good luck and much love from the BGG crew.
Thank you very much.
I have a, oh my goodness, I'm dying. We have a blank anonymous donation of $1,600. We have a $75 donation from Aziz saying, I thought I was done donating, but I'm just so proud of reaching 2 million. It's amazing what we can do when we work together. Backsapper donates $10 saying, hey Tej, Backsapper here. Want to congratulate you getting here. We all did well growing our community. Had to donate during this run. Put my money towards Save the Sands.
Shout out to Backsapper. Thank you so much, dude.
Just as a reminder, guys, as we're getting really, really closer to our incentive, right now, how to handle the final boss. To shun them is at $31,983, but to comfort them is at $131,833.
Wow.
Hey.
So if you don't want to comfort them, I suggest start putting in those donations now. Also for the genocide boss, either to spare him or kill him. To kill him, we're at $23,311. For sparing, we're at $28,179. Very, very close. So if you want to change that, you dirty sinners, you can go ahead and start donating now.
I think Sam's earned his rest, in my opinion.
I think so too, personally. All right,
I have like an anecdote about testing this game. So I found a glitch like 3 days before release. It was like, I think it downloaded on Steam. It was like a release copy. And I found out for any diagonal tile, if you use the menu to pause the game and then wiggle yourself outside of it, you could out of bounds in any screen you wanted. And I thought for a moment, like, man, that would have been amazing for speedrunning, right? Like, maybe
why didn't you leave that in?
Go. Well, I thought that for a second. And then I was like, no, these guys will find something even better. They don't get the easy way out. They'll do it themselves, and they'll make it amazing. And you guys did.
Well, it was definitely a community effort, but it was definitely led by Rambu and Valnar, the co-founders of PCE, or Punch Card Exploit. Like, that really made the speedrun take off, honestly. Like, it really, like, nothing better could have happened to the speedrun except for that. Kobe.
Oh. The funny thing about the punch card, I never even...
Jog boy! Jog boy! Is anime real or not?
Not real.
It's real. Fine, it's real.
I think that...
I just want to say, because this person donated again, the general, and it's a blank, but they donated $9,999.
Oof.
Squadala, we are off.
Okay, so coming up for True Lab, I'm going to request some silence for True Lab just because it is a very technical area, a bunch of wrong warps, and yeah. So
We like to call it the wrong warp purgatory.
Yep, definitely. We have time for like one or two more donations, I would say.
We have a $500 donation from Den saying Undertale is an unforgettable game and I'm glad to see it run for AGDQ. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. We have a $50 donation from XFullmetal17 saying, hey TGH, best on luck of killing the easiest boss in the game. Don't worry, he only has 1 HP, 1 attack, and 1 defense. How hard could he be?
Okay, so True Lab is, we're basically wrong warping everywhere in True Lab, and I'm going to take great care to not soft lock in here because it can be very easy, so see how it goes. So basically because these rooms are huge, it's usually worth it to wrong warp into most of them. This is memory head. We're just going to use our cell phone to understand them and then refuse them. Refuse their offer. Okay. Oops. Save, please save. There we go. Saving is impossible.
It's harder than Papyrus.
No, nothing's harder than Papyrus.
Yeah, true, actually.
We have a $25 donation from End of Warm Geek saying, I lost my aunt to cancer last year and it took a lot out of me, but the Undertale Speedrun community helped me get through these really hard times. Thank you to TGH and all the rest. I'm proud of where this community has gone.
Warm Geek is literally in the crowd. Shout outs to him, by the way. So I just skipped Endogeny there. I skipped that amalgamate there. Basically, I stored text on the button on the switch, and then talked to the sign at the same time I pressed yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to regain movement, and I would have been forced into the battle. But since I did it that way, I was able to escape it. Okay, we're about halfway done with True Lab. So for Lemon Bread, we're unhug, hum, and flex, sort of 3 actions. No particular ordering to do these in. Just as long as you do all 3 of them.
This attack is actually a little bit faster.
These teeth can be really annoying.
Yeah, it's absolutely random where the space in the teeth is going to be. So you just have to be ready.
Here's the fridge amalgamate. This is the toughest one. Whoops. Yeah, like I said, he's the toughest one.
Pacifist.
That was a mistake.
Just a little too fast.
A little bit.
You're supposed to dodge those.
I couldn't even get that one. Okay, so coming up, we're going to do a trick called Reaper Bird Skip. I'd like to shout out Cookie Apocalypse for finding this strat. So, before we really refined this strat, we could actually skip part of Reaper Bird, but we could not skip him coming back, because as soon as you re-entered the room, come on, please, there we go. As soon as you re-entered the room, you would just have to walk back into his trigger. But if you wrong warp back out of it, using a text box, oops. There we go. Okay, backup strats. So we just completely skipped Reaper Bird. I'm going to do something called generator skip as well. So this is kind of complicated. Okay, so what I did there was I actually overflowed the elevator. So I stored text and then talked to it again, pressed yes, and now I have this text on the screen that I'm going to use to skip a lot of Alphys' text. I'm not sure exactly why this works, but if you do it like this, Alphys usually has a really long...
to smell.
Yes. Alphys has a really long monologue there normally.
Smell.
Yeah, but she just kind of says smell for some reason when you do that.
I think it makes sense.
Okay, and that's Chew Lab. So now we're just going to go to the final boss. We'll do one last Rambu Kombu, and then that'll be it for punch card exploits in this run.
I have a $25 donation from Chris Hannell that says, "Hi everyone, Chris from GDQ staff here. My birthday just started, and you all just got me the best present ever by rocketing past 2 million. Your contributions make everyone's behind-the-scene efforts feel like the most important thing we do all year. Donation goes to Lang's Choice. He's at the tech station and deserves a shout-out."
So we're going to get a really long cutscene here with just a lot of mashing. We have time for more donations up until the beginning of the fight with the final boss.
All right, we have a $50 donation from Celestic saying, "Hey TGH, all of us in the Undertale Speedrunning Discord are rooting for you. Good luck on the run, and let's get some hype going on in the room and chat."
So Celestix is essentially one of the founding fathers of this speedrun. So shout outs to him. Without him, none of us would be here. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you so much, Celestix.
Just as a reminder, we're really getting close to the end of this. Don't forget,
Yep.
if you want to get those prizes in, like the Bandai Namco Dark Souls 3 prize packs, all the different Undertale prizes that you can win, as well as the PS4 Pro, start putting in those donations now. We're also getting pretty much to the end of how we're handling the final boss. I mean, 32,458 to shun them, but we're still at 133,601 to comfort them. We have a $500 donation from Anonymous that says, "I love this guy. We've taken everything else from him. Why not give him a break? Maybe take a trip to Girlby's?" That's dark.
I'm not sure Girlby's is open right now. It's about quarter to two. Could be. I'm not sure.
Bobby Locks donates $100 saying, "As a game developer, I love to see glitches that actually make people happy. Thanks for making this week incredible." We have a $50 donation from Courage saying, "Got home from work to see AGDQ 2017 hit 2 million. What a great job by everyone, all the staff and all the runners and everyone who supported this wonderful event. 2 million hype!" Reyes C242 donates $4,000.
Nice.
Saying, "Let's start off 2017 by hugging cancer away."
All right, so we're about to start this.
What a poor goat child.
Ladies and gentlemen, your final boss.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Flowey is Azrael something, I don't know.
No spoilers.
Why did I do that? My bad, sorry. That's weird.
Doesn't really matter what you do in this first part before the music drops. You can just rip the punch card. You don't need it anymore. Stuff like that.
Yep, so we're just waiting for a certain cue. Okay, so he's a pretty special series of attacks. Just this kind of bullet hellish star attack. He also has a few attacks with his saber. He has a few lightning strike attacks. It's pretty basic once you get to know the attacks.
Azrael does hit very hard as well, though. I believe
Yes.
each hit deals 8 damage, so you'll die in 3 hits.
Yep,
So it's convenient that the dream action fills our remaining inventory slots with last dreams, which essentially act as full heals throughout this fight.
Oops.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but it's important to note that we're not wearing any armor, but we do have a bunch of last dreams in our inventory, which do heal you to full. Which is the reason I dreamed before actually starting the fight properly. This is my favorite song in the game, by the way. This music's awesome. Feel free to make some noise, by the way. There's really nothing going on here besides just avoiding attacks, so if we get some hype in the crowd, that would be fantastic.
Just reminding all the people that are at home donating, we're getting really close to 2.2. Can we make it, guys? I want to make it happen.
So notice that basically every time I get hit, I'm healing, because Azrael's attacks can be really dangerous if you don't get a grip on them. So I'm just being really safe.
I have a $1,000 donation from Kung Fu Jesus that says, here's some cash, my dudes. We have another $1,000 donation from Disciple Salmon saying, thanks for the great runs, AGDQ. $500 donation from player A plus player B saying, another awesome week of speedruns for a great cause. Great work, everybody.
All right, so this is his hyper goner attack. Diamond's basically closing on.
Wow,
both.
that was
Wow.
that was brutal.
Yes, if he gets hit by one of those diamonds, he's instantly sent to 1 HP. But if he dodges off them, he keeps his HP.
Yeah. He can try and make the most of this in the next phase, though, since if you get hit down to 1 HP, he's obviously going to die very easily in the next phase. If you die multiple times, though, the death animation is greatly shortened. So we can actually use that to our advantage.
Yeah, so I'm just going to intentionally die here. Because, yeah, exactly what Draco said. I can save time on the second death animation. That is the strat. That is the proper strat, honestly. Unless you feel like being really risky. That is the proper strat. If you get down to 1 HP on Hyper Goner. If I did not get hit on Hyper Goner, I probably would have played that a little bit differently. But wow. Okay, this is actually fine.
It took me a year to get the refused pun. I'm just going to say it.
To get the what?
The refused pun.
You know, I actually never noticed that was a pun until now. Anybody else realize that was a pun?
I did.
I didn't.
There's so many things like that in this game.
Seriously.
Nobody's
It just makes you
imagining.
appreciate it that much more.
It really is replayable and rewatchable.
Okay, so it really doesn't matter what you do on these soul phases. As long as you choose the shortest dialogue option for the last one, because the text is unskippable. Oops. There we go. It is faster to kill all of those little mini Minotons. And Nerd Out was the fastest action there.
Usually is.
Yep.
As we're starting to get really, really closer to the end of this, I just want to thank everyone here at the staff. Can we get a round of applause of our tech people, our donation station, all our people in the check-in station in the front taking care of everything, all my hosts, people that I had put for this. You guys did a fantastic job.
What's the name of the person who helped me, the tech person? Because they were fretting and they did so much. They were like just hustling. That guy, oh.
All right, so I'd like to point out that the Comfort versus Shun donation incentive is pretty much, it's coming up really soon.
It's
coming
right on
within
top
the
of
next
us, yeah.
2 minutes or so.
Well, it's closed, and it was an unanimous vote. Shunning them was $33,588.02, but we're comforting them because they got $134,091.98.
I figured that would happen.
You just gotta hug the goat.
Now would be a good time to see some Bible thumps in the chat as well.
So this part's scripted, you can't die here. So the fight is essentially over, just need to mash the rest of it.
I have a $250 donation from Brendan that says, I've been watching AGDQ for the past few days and it has been truly mesmerizing. Kudos to everyone running the event as well as the awesome runners themselves.
TGH, you're supposed to dodge that.
I tried, I couldn't.
We have a $777 donation from Anonymous saying, let him sleep. There are some things you can't take back.
And that is Azrael.
Nicely done, dude.
And it looks like we did hit 2.2 million.
The goat has been hugged.
The goat has indeed been hugged. Yo, I want to take a minute to shout out one of my best friends, Kaizen, who couldn't be here. I'm really sorry, man. I'm really sorry you couldn't make it. I'm sorry things got in the way, but man, we've been thinking of you all week, so seriously, love you, dude. So we're essentially just walking and mashing the rest of the way. Making our way out of the underground. So time is on the last text box from tutorial that says everyone is waiting for us, and I will say time, and I'll give like a little, not necessarily a countdown, but I'll give a warning for when I'm about to say time. Okay, time is pretty soon. Within 6 seconds. And time.
All right, that's Undertale.
That's really incredible.
I just want to read something because I did get a donation from Kaizen of $100. It says, "Hey guys, Kaizen here. It was a very sad day when I was told that the doctors had found precancerous polyps during my routine examination. In fact, I was supposed to be on the couch for this Undertale run, rooting on one of my best friends, TGH. However, because of early detection, we decided that it was best to ensure the prevention of the possible cancer. Everything is looking clear now, thanks to finding it early, which is why I'm very happy to contribute to PCF and ensure that others get the same outcome as me. Shoutouts to TGH, all the great guys on the couch, and all the staff and volunteers at each GDQ for an amazing run and marathon."
You rule, Kaizen.
We have a $5,000 donation from the Yeti again. Saying, "Oi, Yeti here again. Congrats on hitting 2.2 million. And because I'm a Yeti of my word, muffins, 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 muffins. Put this 5K to killing genocide boss because we need to balance out the hugging."
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think we're done here yet. Not quite.
Oh boy,
What could that mean?
I wonder. We have a $500 donation from Anonymous that says, "Great way to end a great week of speedruns." I have a $50 donation from X Ross V that just has a smiley face. Maybe a homage to Flowey. We have a $10 donation from Dustin189 saying plus 10 to the 2.2 million. We have a $10 donation from Slightly Evolved saying TGH, 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 TGH. He also is saying this goes to spare him. It's the pacifist run, duh.
You guys are awesome, seriously.
Just as a reminder, we are still taking donations for the incentive for obviously the genocide boss that we're going to be going through. So far, Kill Him is at $31,485.16. Spare Him is at $35,795.50. If you want to be horrible and be a sinner, go ahead and keep on donating. We're going to keep going it as soon as the fight starts. I have a $100 donation from Tara113 that says determination. We have a $50 donation from NekoYuki56 saying, this is to all the staff, the runners, and everyone who donated. Thanks to your efforts, we not only reached the 2 million before the final run, but we're pushing it past it even now. And all it took was a little determination. This money goes towards sparing the genocide boss. Again, congratulations, and good luck to TGH on the run. 2 million hype! Robot Spacer 212 donates $400 saying, I thought the total would hit 2 million, but I didn't think it would blow past so easily. Thank you to everyone involved for once again putting on a great show for a worthy cause. You're the best. Got an anonymous $200 donation saying, congrats on the 2 million. I'm really proud of this community for raising so much money for a great cause. Got a $50 donation from Anonymous that says, point, so many months. Can them have some for college? We have a $225.66 donation from DK Gal that says 2 million hype. Reason donates $125 saying, as a gamer and someone who has gone through the horrors of cancer myself, it brings me the greatest joy to see how much this community can come together for a great cause. Thank you to all the runners, events, staff, and attendees.
For real.
So how about that Sans fight? So I'm just kind of waiting on whether or not it's to spare or kill Sans.
All right, it's closed. We are sparing him.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to kill him.
I didn't want you to either.
It's true pacifist.
That's not the right save. There we go. All right.
The pointer.
Pointer. Okay, so one thing about Sans is that his attacks are definitely, or his attacks happen in the same order every time. Some of his attacks have a slight element of RNG to them, but not all of them. In fact, quite a bit of them are the same.
I believe you just want to concentrate on this fight, right, Teach?
Yes.
All right, this is a good start. Phase 2 is when the random attacks start.
That was close. Little known fact, you can hold down all your keys here to just automatically avoid this attack.
If your direction keys have input rollover. All right, this is it. Moment of truth. Oh! So close.
There we go.
That was still an incredible fight.
I was close.
Being able to beat that fight at all without healing is incredibly good.
Here comes a special attack. It's nothing. So eventually, Sans is just going to go to sleep. He gets bored, just goes to sleep, gets tired.
Can we give another round of applause to TGH for his run of Undertale?
Thanks, everyone. It's been a real pleasure to be here, honestly. It's been such an honor to have Undertale finally showcased at AGDQ. Thank you guys so much for coming out, for watching, and everything. This is actually kind of surreal, honestly. But I'd like to shout out, speedrun.com/Undertale. We have a great community, fully willing to help anybody who's willing to give a shot at this game. It's a really fun speedrun, and anybody who's interested, speedrun.com/Undertale, and there's a link to the Undertale Speedrun Discord there. And I highly implore that anybody who wants to check the run out do so there and ask questions there. So yeah, thank you guys very much. I think this is it for me. Sans is sleeping. And I hope you guys enjoyed AGDQ 2017. Let's hear it once again for everybody involved. You guys are awesome too, seriously. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you to all the donators as well. I think that number on the donation tracker is seriously just, it tells the story. It tells the entire story, seriously. What was the final? 2.212. 794, jeez. That's incredible, guys, seriously. What's that?
It's still going.
It's still going up. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say, so thank you guys, seriously. Thank each and every one of you for coming out. I'd also like to thank my couch, with Draco Dan, JD Link Master 101, and Rambu. Thanks for being up here with me.
I hate to kick you guys off immediately, but we need to move the couch. So headsets off.